Hi, today I'm going to talk about the importance of having a mentor and the top 10 reasons why having a mentor is good for you. Today I'm going to go through top 10 reasons why having a mentor is important. I personally myself have two mentors. They help me in my property journey, so I'm speaking from experience with working with mentors and working without mentors as well. So the top 10 reasons to have a mentor. Hi, if you're new to this channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications below so you don't miss anything. So I'd say the first reason is that a mentor has been there and done that. They can speak from experience. They can tell you what they've done right, what they've done wrong. They can tell you so much within their experience. They can see probably flaws and things that you're doing wrong, but you have to be able to take that not as criticism but as constructive criticism. Instead of, a lot of people, when they have a mentor and a mentor says to them, do this, do that, do this, they see it as a negative thing, whereas you have to be able to take something as a constructive criticism. So someone might say something to you, and instead of you saying, oh well, he doesn't care, it probably is that he does care, but he's been there and done that before you, so he has more experience, or he or she has more experience and leverage over what you're doing without any experience in a new industry, or even in your own business. Business mentors, you can get business mentors, you can get life mentors, you can get coaches. Coaching's like slightly different from mentoring, but mentoring, they will give you what they have in their experience, and it's quite unique because a mentor will have to make sure that you match your goals in comparison to their goals, so they will have to be able to choose their mentees. I went through a process myself where I was actually interviewed 2 or 3 times before I was actually chosen to be a mentee for my mentors. So even though I have 2 mentors, I had to go through an interview process to make sure that what I wanted to do and my values match their values, so that I can work with them to get forward within the property industry. And I think that is point number 1. I would say the second point would be they are unbiased. So your mentors will be unbiased third party. They literally will call you out on all the stuff that you have done wrong, and they will give you suggestions and strategies to get out of that, to kind of stop. One of the things that I faced was procrastination. A lot of people face that. A lot of people think, and procrastination is just thinking and thinking too much. And not actually doing. So my mentors called me out saying, why are you sitting there procrastinating? You should go out and do things. Action is what speaks louder than sitting there thinking. And I went out and took action, fine. I was a bit, at the beginning of my mentorship, I was a bit, just say reckless in terms of making mistakes. And I learned from those mistakes, but then you learn from your mentors, you learn from your mentor's experience, and also the personal experience that you put through going through this journey. So mentors are important. They give you an unbiased third party opinion and what they think, which I think is very helpful, especially when you don't know yourself, or you're new to the industry, or you're new to a certain type of business that you want to set up, especially when you're starting up in your companies. That is new, and I think that's having a third party and a mentor and someone who calls you out on your shit and just says, you need to do this, you need to do that, I think it's helpful. But a lot of people will take that in the wrong way as well, so it's just how you take it. And one of the most important things when you take on mentorship or when you start something new is your mindset. So your mindset, you have to be open to this kind of thing, and you have to be open to your mentor and be able to have that working relationship with them to sit and talk about things, and that is important as well. I would say point number 3 would be that your mentor's network will be a lot larger than your own network, especially within the industry or that business. So if you choose the right mentor, so say if I have a property mentor, their network within property will be a lot larger than my network in property. It doesn't matter how many networks I go to, networking events, how many shows I go to within networking for property, that would only be a certain amount, whereas my mentor will have 15 or 20 years of experience and contacts within that industry, and I find that very valuable. So if your mentor is able to suggest to you, usually they will work with you and suggest to you, this is where you need to go, this is the person that you need to see, I can forward this person to you. but they also have to have some confidence in you to give you that contact, because it reflects back on themselves as well. So you have to be able to take that into consideration. So if your mentor is giving you help or suggesting a contact to you, that they're doing it because they have a certain level of confidence in you as well. So I guess that's a good thing about having a mentor. Your network has increased, and you're likely to have more people within your network capacity than you would by yourself. I would say the fourth thing is your mentor is able to find new opportunities, and they will also be able to possibly pave you a new career path that you've never even thought about. So working with you and your own abilities, your skills and your passions, they'll be able to tell you opportunities and pathways that you probably have never thought of before. I knew working with my own mentors that I think you learn in the process at the same time. So certain things won't fit your personality, and it's kind of a journey of self-discovery as well as, progressing within a certain area. So having a mentor is not only just for yourself, your own self-discovery, it's also discovering a bit of what you want, as well as working with a mentor. Sometimes working with an additional person can help you get there, and help you to realize more about yourself. They also have easier way. They also are able to spot opportunities a lot faster than you are, because they're able to pick up anything within the industry or within their sector that they have done. They have mistakes they have done before, how they have fixed it, and if they spot an opportunity and they say, something like, Brexit is going to happen, you should buy up all houses. If they spot that opportunity, just for example per se, then that's them speaking out of experience. That is another opportunity that shouldn't be dismissed very lightly. So it's kind of good that they're able to, as a mentor, they're able to give you a background based on the experience, as well as the opportunities that they're able to pick up as well. So I'd say the fifth point would be they are able to help you stay in business longer. Most mentors, especially, you have business mentors, and you have most of the business mentors, they usually are able and they're experienced in that sector. So they're able, if you're able to start up a business, say if you open a coffee business or something that's like Starbucks or Costa, if you have a mentor that is in that area of within the beverages industry, they'll be able to help you within that industry, and they'll obviously help you stay in business longer, because mistakes that you will make as a startup, from a background of not having any experience, they would be able to say, this is what you need to have in place, this is the legal things that you need to have in place. They were able to tell you in this industry what kind of market it is, what kind of competition you have. I mean, this kind of stuff you would have known before if you did your research before starting up a company. But as you learn in the process, you will make mistakes. Anything new, you will make mistakes. This is how we learn as humans generally. But they help you stay in business longer, and because they have expertise, it's like hiring an external consultant for your business. And if you have a mentor, you can run it by them, saying this is what's happening, this is, and usually your mentors will have either a certain weekly time frame, depending on your mentors, to every bi-weekly, or they might have a monthly time frame where you meet and you sit down with them, discuss what issues you're having, and they can come up with solutions and strategies for how to deal with them. And I find that really helpful, especially with my mentors. I would say the sixth point would be accountability. So your mentors, apart from calling you out on your bullshit, they will hold you accountable. So if you say that you're going to do something by the next time you see them, you'll have to do something by the next time you see them. Every time you see them, they'll say, what progress have you made? What problems have you encountered? How have you got over them? And that accountability is something, something that you can't really dismiss, and you have to hold yourself accountable, because it stops you from procrastinating at the same time. Because I found myself procrastinating a lot, saying I want to do this, I want to do that, but then if you're in your head all the time, it's never going to materialize, and you're never going to take any action towards it, because you'll be scared that this is going to go wrong, that's going to go wrong. Whilst if you have a mentor, they will guide you and they'll say, this is what you do, then this happens, this is what you do when that happens, this is how you stop this happening in the future, and there's things you can put in place for that. And accountability is like going to the gym and not having a personal trainer. And sometimes you'll have days where you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to do anything. But if you have a personal trainer that calls you all the time and says, where are you? Get your ass to the gym. You're going to go anyway. So you will have to, it's like having that accountability. It keeps your goals in your mind and how you're going to get to them, basically. And I think that's the best thing that you can get with a mentor, especially when you're starting up anything new, is accountability. I feel like with a mentor as well, you're more likely to succeed. As point 7, mentors basically have their experience behind them. They have experience behind them. They have been in the industry. They've been in many other industries. Some mentors you will have in several different industries, so they're being experts in all these industries. They will have expert at 10 years in one industry and 5 years in another industry. So you can make use of their knowledge. Even as someone who is a newcomer, you're more likely to stay in business and you're more likely to succeed with a mentor, because everything they have been through before, their experiences, their problems and everything, they can tell you how to avoid that in the future. And when you're starting by yourself, it usually takes about 10 years before you become successful. And if you could do that faster, why not? By having a mentor, you can get there faster. Instead of 5 years, it might take 2 years. And all the stuff that, a lot of people say, oh, you learn from your mistakes. But if you can have a mentor that teaches you not to make those mistakes, then you're more likely to succeed. I think number 8 would be pushing you to learn. A lot of mentors will help you and push you to learn new things and to push your knowledge and push your boundaries a bit. They will help you to improve your knowledge, help you to improve your skills. They can give you recommended reading, things in your area to help you, stuff that you should read to help you to succeed. There's a lot of things that they can do to push you outside your comfort zone. A lot of people say that what you want is about this much away from your comfort zone. So a mentor will help you to push that forward, push you to things that you wouldn't have thought that you'd be able to do. So that's a good thing, and I think that pushing you to learn, and I'm always an advocate for learning new things. I love learning about anything. Some people could even say I'm a jack of all trades because I like to dabble in everything, but I find that useful for myself. I find it also that having a mentor, I've learned a lot of new things which I wouldn't have learned if I didn't have a mentor, and sometimes it gives me a bit more confidence in my abilities as well, having a mentor than having no one. So I think that's point number 8. They give you and push you to learn new things and gain knowledge. I think point number 9 is that a mentor will help you save money. A lot of people don't realise this, that a mentor will help you save money. They might say that a mentor's bill is like £15,000 to £20,000 a year or something like that, but in the long term, you could possibly waste a lot of money, making the wrong mistakes, lose hundreds of thousands of pounds. And some of these mentors didn't have mentors themselves. They've done it through experience, and they want to help other people. And some of them just genuinely want to help other people to succeed, and it reflects back on them, and they can say they are successful mentors. And that is something, when someone has been there and done that, they want to help other people. It's just adding value to other people. And I think in the long term, like something like the mistake that I made within property that lost me £2,000, I made that myself just at the beginning of my mentorship, and I didn't realise. And I was like all about taking action, and I took action, but I wasn't doing it smart, and I wasn't being diligent about what I was doing. And if I was to do that myself and just go all balls in, I would have probably lost more money and probably not even been able to recover it. So in that way, I'm thankful that I have mentorship and I can ask them questions and I can learn from it, and it has saved me that mistake of basically being very badly in debt. And I think a lot of people don't realise that maybe £15,000 might save you £20,000 or £100,000 of a mistake that you've made trying to do things cheaper, or do things like in a different way and without experience and knowledge. And I think that is the main key with mentorship. Number 10 is they make the right choice and they represent you as a person, and they represent you in the way that you choose your mentor because you want to be in that position, you want to have that kind of lifestyle that they have. They're able to teach you that. They're able to tell you to make the right choice. They're able to give that option to you. This is the right thing that you should do. This is the mistake that you made. And point number 10, they represent what you want to achieve. So what you want to achieve, whether it's that lifestyle, whether it's a certain level of income, whether it's that money, your mentor is able to represent you and get you there. If you just take the action, the steps, the advice that they take, and you'll be able to achieve it. It's not a problem. I believe that having a mentor is actually very productive and very helpful. Many other people might think differently, but I feel that if you need a mentor and you need a bit of hand holding and a bit of accountability to get you pushing yourself there, then I think it's the best option for you. If you like this content, please subscribe, hit the bell notifications below this video, and if you have any questions, comment them below and I would personally answer them.